Hey, Puntistas. Professor Sean here. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about week 8. Looking forward to seeing you all tonight at Noche de Familia. Also, looking forward to our Transfer Motivational Conference as well. So, let's take a look at our overview. That's always a great place to start. Of course, if you're watching this video, you know to look at the video first. Halfway there. Insert your own chicken in the road joke there. I don't know. I made it fast. I'm not going to try to do anything else. Okay, so looking at this week, remember that I postponed your rough draft of your profile essay because I know a lot of people had some very pressing and ongoing questions about it. Remember, the rough draft is the hardest thing to get out, in my opinion. Once you got something out there, you can mold it and you can shape it. Sometimes you got to change it a lot. Sometimes you got to change it a little. But the really important thing is that, once you've got something there, it's a lot easier to progress. So even if you hate it with all your heart, that's okay. I hate every one of my rough drafts too. That's totally fine. Just be cool with that and just get it done. Coming up on Wednesday the 5th, you're going to send your profile rough draft through Canvas inbox to me and to your peer. Now, you should already have a peer. If you don't, let me know. Some people want to switch up peers every single time. I'm cool with that. If you want to keep the same one, I'm cool with that as well. Just let me know. Hit me a reminder or hit me with an email on Canvas. Now, notice you've got nothing else to do on Wednesday because I know for a lot of people, just getting that rough draft done is going to take, a lot out of them. So, take your day off, sleep in a little bit. Coming Thursday, I've got some notes for you as we begin to start thinking about our third essay. I like to overlap a little bit, but remember, we're going to have a lot of time to work on this, so I don't want you to get too stressed out at this point. So you're going to read the essay assignment. You're going to download the evaluation note sheet. I'm going to explain all this in a few minutes. And you're going to be viewing a documentary called The Latino Americans, which is a really, really fantastic series that was made, I think, in 2000. It was on PBS. Now, you're not going to be watching the whole thing necessarily. For me, in a perfect world, we'd watch all 6 episodes. But yeah, I know it's a push to have you do more than, say, 2 hours of viewing to write about. So I picked episodes 5 and 6, which are the closest to our present point in time. I'm also going to be asking you to write evaluation notes while you're watching The Latino Americans. Now, Saturday, I want you to keep adding to those documentary evaluation notes. I also want you to send through your Canvas inbox your peer review to both me and to your peer. Easy peasy. But again, if you've got any questions about that, please feel free to ask me. Jumping back to the module overview, we can talk about peer review. There's a better meme. I didn't make this one. But these directions are going to be totally similar to what you did for the Remembered Event essay. All you got to do is follow the instructions. The first part, remember, you're going to send to your peer and to me, 3 specific concerns you've got about your essay. Hey, look out for these things especially. This is what's keeping me up at night. This is what's making me wake up in a cold sweat. Now remember, you're going to read through the essay and you're going to look at big structures first. Introduction, profile strategies, elements, conclusion, right? We're talking about how the car is welded together. We're not worried about grammar or punctuation yet. All these questions are about what we call higher order concerns. essay structure, paragraph structure, staying on topic. So you're going to answer all those, and then comes the paint job, the grammar and diction. And notice I'm asking you to use Microsoft Word's new comment function again, which means you're going to have to download that draft from the email and mark it up. And I've also put that video right on there, right on the week 8. Now, due on Sunday, I want you to, close that feedback loop. I want you to tell me what you think what you thought was the most helpful, and write at least 3 sentences on when you plan to consider, do, or change in your paper as a result of receiving this feedback. So, you know me. I like structure. I like sequence. I want things to be super, super clear. And if they're not, I totally want you to ask me. I don't want there to be any mystery involved here. People love mystery in the movies, sometimes in books, but not so much in their classes. So I want you to feel like you totally know what's going on. And look, there's that video link for using track changes and add comments on Microsoft Word for peer review. Now, let's take a look really quickly at our essay number 3, justifying an evaluation. I'm going to put that back up on learning materials. A little peek behind the curtain here. I don't know why it ended up there. So I'm going to do a right click on that and open it up. Now, practically everybody likes movies. A lot of the movies we watch tend to be fiction. I'm going to be asking us to look at what is basically a documentary movie series called The Latino Americans. And what's so awesome about this series is that it fills in these huge gaps in our understanding of American history that often, downplays, if not completely leaves out, the role of Latino Americans. Here are your due dates, and they'll of course be posted up, but you may want to highlight or snapshot this, put it into, your calendar. Wednesday, October 19th, you've got to have a thesis due. That's a long ways away. So you've got time, right? Rough draft is due at the end of October, Sunday, October 30th. Final draft is going to be due a week later, November 6th. And you're going to be writing a 4-page essay that justifies your evaluation of the documentary you've watched. And remember, it's just episodes 5 and 6. And I got a link to the documentary as well. Assume your audience has watched this documentary and has a basic working knowledge of it. And the tone should be formal and professional. Now, some of you are probably thinking, I don't know much about documentaries, or, I don't know how to do this. We've been watching visual media our whole lives, including stuff that's nonfiction. And we have ways of talking about it, even though we might not formalize it or say, yes, I am critiquing this television show I'm watching right now. So the other thing you probably know about me is I like organizing things into boxes and columns and rows. And here I've given you different elements of a documentary that you can incorporate into your essay. Now, you're going to make an evaluation about the essay being mostly good or mostly bad. Sometimes people want to go straight down the middle, but I feel like, in general, that's people just not wanting to commit. And it's a much harder essay to write. But look at these different 14 areas. You could talk about the information presented in the documentary, the texts that were used, the visual sources, human sources like interviews, eyewitnesses, dramatic sources, maybe they reenacted some events from the past, audio sources, is there music, is there silence, Is there no narration? Editing, how does it move from shot to shot? What are the themes of the large ideas? The tone? Is it serious? Is it humorous? Is it inspirational? Is it confusing? Remember, tone is that mental or emotional state of mind or dimension that's in, practically any kind of work of art. You also have visual style, lighting, color tones, special effects, star wipe, whatever. The script, in other words, what are the words spoken actually in it? The narration style, like is it a voiceover? Is it text on screen? Lots of different things to do there. Sets, what does the physical background look like during interviews? What's the natural scenery look like? And here we've got some other points to keep in mind for good evaluation. This part's not so important to focus on right now. What I'm more interested in you knowing is something about these terms. Now, I don't expect anybody to be film experts. I don't expect anybody to be documentary experts. But we've all spent lots of time in our own lives talking about what we like and what we don't like. Because of that, we will have an ability to get to a place where we can write an essay like this. So, in order to build this, I've made a documentary evaluation note sheet. This is something for you to download and print out. If you don't have a printer at home, or if your printer's terrible, get 2 pieces of paper and to download. Okay, here it comes. What you will notice is I've made boxes for each of those 14 categories. Now, of course, you can easily do this on paper. And then while you're watching the documentary, you just put something about visual sources. I love all the old film clips and black and white pictures of families who lived on ranchos, whatever it is. But anyway, don't think too much about it. You're just going to blast away note style while you're watching it. If you need to pause a little bit, that's okay. Pausing is totally acceptable, and I think it's something that can help make your work even better. And I'm waiting for this to move back on me. Now, how do you get to that particular video? All you do is hit this link, click on it, and it's going to take you to the Chaffey College Library. And here you just put in your student ID and your MyChaffey password. Go ahead and log in. And then you wait, because sometimes it's slow. And boom, it comes up right there. And remember, you know what? I think all of these are super fun to watch, but again, I can't really justify making you watch more than 2 of them, because that's still going to be an hour and 40, which is about the normal amount of the movie. So 5, Prejudice and Pride, and 6, Peril and Promise, because these are the most relevant to our lives today. But again, if you've got more time, watch more. Watch it with a family member or a friend, talk with them during it. That's a great way to kind of keep on top of all of this. Again, I hope you find the series as fascinating as I do. Other things, here's your profile essay rough draft submission. It's going to be a quick file upload. You also have no discussion this week because you're going to be doing a lot of discussing during peer review, and you're going to get your points that way. As always, feel free to contact me. Text me, use Canvas Inbox. Those are the best ways. Come by my office hours, my advice hours. I'd be happy to talk to you about this. Anyway, I think this would be another really fun project. And again, every step of the way, I would love to hear your feedback on it. Take care, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye.